Good morning, everyone. So I just thought I'd bring you along today. I told you guys that I have a concession stand that I run at my grandkids' soccer fields. So that's where I'm at. I am currently trying to get everything set up. I'm gonna have coffee and hot chocolate, and of course I'll have a table with. I know you can't see for the sun, but I'm gonna have like, prepackaged snacks, stuff like that. I can't have food that I cook. I don't have a license to do that. So they don't ever open up these concession stands, but that's a rec thing or whatever. So I'm gonna start getting everything set up real quick. I've got my, not the best choice, but it's the breakfast of champions this morning. Woohoo! I'm gonna get to setting up. Like I said, all that stuff, two coolers, everything else, all that stuff. I literally got in my little blue Camry, so, and y'all know what my camera looks like, so it's like, ugh. But, so I'm gonna get started, I'm gonna get set up, and if I have time, these are tournaments this weekend, so I'm probably gonna be busier than normal, and Ken's not here to help me, so, it's all on me. So what I'm gonna do is just do the best I can and try to keep up with the man. I went ahead and tried to get as much ice as I thought I was going to need. My son's gonna pick up hot dogs and bring them at 10. Well, he's gonna pick them up at 10:30, so they'll be here around 10:45, and hopefully I can get all those sold. It's a lot, and I'm gonna be busy, so I don't know what kind of time I'll have to film or whatever, but stay tuned to see, I guess. Okay, so here's everything set up. It's not like a big deal. It's just this one little table. I just have a few chips, a few snacks, different kinds of things that kids or parents can just pop into their mouth or whatever. And then today we actually have hot dogs for the first time. And then of course we've got coffee, and I've got all of that stuff set up over here. So we've got hot chocolate here and coffee here. And then over there, I've got hot dogs and a warmer. And then in here, there's Dr. Pepper, there's Diet Coke down there, and there's water. And then in here, there's Gatorades. So it's going pretty good so far. It's about noon. I've been too busy, way too busy to film anything because, it's been like back to back to back to back to back to back to back, nonstop. And I'm either like trying to refill anything. Of course, this is the last weekend. They're doing tournaments this weekend, so this is the last weekend that I will be here. And right now, I am just trying to get rid of as much stuff as possible so that, and now I will be back here tomorrow. But as of right now, I'm trying to get rid of as much, especially the snacks, because I don't want that stuff like sitting at my house in my garage. No, I want to get rid of all that stuff. And of course, I'm certainly not buying anything else. I'm hoping that all of these hot dogs will sell. I got 50 of them, and I have sold a handful, but a handful is not enough. I need it to I need it to go faster. I think a lot of people are like going somewhere else to eat for lunch, close by, and then coming back to the park because, they got so much time in between their games. So I think that's what some of the teams are doing, but I really need all of them to come over here and just buy a hot dog. That's what I need. So, we'll see how we do at the end of the day. See y'all in a bit. Okay guys, so it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I haven't had a customer in like 45 minutes. So anytime it's like that, I'm kind of tempted to just go ahead and start packing up. I've got a little bit of coffee left over, and oh, you know what, I probably didn't turn off that. And then see my whack-a-mole, that's what I call him, Mr. Whack-a-mole. Because it's like every time you walk by, he's trying to whack you. Um, but yeah, I'm tempted, but I've got an awful lot of hot dogs in there that need to be sold. So I'm just trying to kind of wait because I ordered 50 hot dogs from Sam's Club, and I don't know how many exactly I've sold, but it ain't enough because I mean, it came in two different containers, so I guess 25 and 25, and the first 25 ain't gone yet, so that should tell you. And I spent $75, $76, something like that. Sorry, the sun is really bright, but it feels good because it's cold out here. So yeah, $76. And I definitely have not made my money back on them, and I don't think I can resell them tomorrow. Even though I have a warmer, I think the warmer is just going to make the bread, because I'll have to put them in the fridge tonight, and then if I put them back in the warmer tomorrow, I don't. Isn't that gonna make the bread hard or something? I don't know. I've never done it before, so I'm like, I don't even know. That's how it's going so far. I mean, a lot of the other stuff has sold, but and I'm running out of stuff, which is good because I didn't want to have to keep a bunch of food items, until the spring. Like candy and chips and stuff like that, it'll save till spring, but I didn't want to, I just didn't want to. So, I don't know, we'll see. I guess I'll stay there's going to be games till 5 o'clock. There's some 5 o'clock games happening, but I think it's only like 2 games at 5 o'clock, and that's not going to be enough to, that's not going to be reason enough for me to stay. So, anyway, just thought I'd give you an update. Moving on. Okay, guys, so I finally made it home. Unloaded what I needed to out of the car. Ate something and, cleaned up and did some stuff and whatever. I counted the money. And, I also take cards, so it's not just cash. So I kind of looked at the report. I normally print it out, but I normally wait till the whole weekend's done, and then I print out the report tomorrow. But I am wore out. I'm tired. My face hurts from, between the sun and the wind burn. Even though I don't really look like I got sun or whatever, but it still feels all dry and bleh. But yeah, so Ken's already asleep, and I am, or stuff that I had to do before in the morning, because we'll get up early, go to church, which we go to the early service, which is at 9. So, and then we're normally done by 10:30, at the latest. So, the car is already, pretty much packed just for a couple of things. I'll finish loading it in the morning, go to church, and then head to church and then to the park. And we were supposed to have done family Santa pictures for Christmas Friday night, but we didn't get to because one of the grandkids was not feeling well. So I think we're going to try to do it tomorrow if we don't stay too long at the park. Because Santa quits taking pictures at 6, because he's got to get back to the elves and make sure everything's running according to schedule. So that's how the day, and I did not sell another hot dog. So guess what I had for dinner? It's ridiculous. But you know what? It's people were constantly like, if you'd sell hot dogs, I could buy some. Or if you'd sell hot dogs, you'd make a killing. Or if you'd sell hot dogs, and I'm thinking, and I haven't, not once this whole time. And then I finally decided to do it this weekend because it was tournament weekend, and a lot of people have to travel a little bit, an hour an hour, hour and a half to come to this particular park, to play. And sometimes they're there for 2 and 3 games. And, so a lot of times it's just easier to grab something to eat while you're there, especially if there's only one game in between years and you don't have time to run and get anything and all that stuff. So I was thinking, okay, 50 hot dogs does not sound like a lot when there's 20 games. 20. And I thought, you know what? Families of 3 and 4 and 5 are going to buy 3, 4, and 5 hot dogs at a time. No, that ain't true either. I sold one here, one there, one here, one there, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So that was basically the extent of my hot dog selling today. It was frustrating. I mean, to say the least, it was frustrating because I spent um, you know, $75, $76 on something that I could have spent it on instead. You know what I mean? Like, I either could have bought something that I needed more, or I could have bought something, I could have spent that, on the business, because that's what I do this concession stand for, is so that it can provide extra money for me to run the Etsy business on until I get it built. You know what I mean? So, I mean, there's 50 million things I could have done with an extra, you know, $60 besides blow it. And so, who's going to end up with all those hot dogs? The foxes and the possum and the squirrels and the chipmunks and everything else that eats the bread and stuff outside, and the deer and whatever, groundhog. Am I missing somebody? I don't know. Oh, the raccoons. I haven't seen the raccoons lately. Anyway, that's who's going to end up with it. Because I can't eat 30 plus hot dogs. And I tried to see if there was like a group home, or, trying to think if a nursing home would take them, but it had to be done, today, like on my way home. Like, I had to have somebody today. It couldn't wait till tomorrow. It couldn't just sit in the fridge and then give it to somebody. That's not going to happen. So, yeah. So I'm pretty upset about my hot dog story. But I'm sure the critters will be happy about it. But I was not. Still not. But it is what it is. So I'm gonna go to sleep and move on. That's what I'm gonna do. But I can tell you one thing. Jesus looked after me today, because normally my jaw has been trigger happy here lately, like for the last 3 weeks or so, like super trigger happy. And I have not been able to be out in the wind at all. Like, it has been triggering it so bad. And it kept wanting to trigger today, but it didn't. Well, it did twice, but briefly, like for a split second, and then it quit. Or I would turn my head real quick and it would, it would quit. So, I mean, I know that's only because God was looking after me today, knowing full well I didn't have a choice but to be out there. And so, definitely appreciate God taking care of me. Because, and I mean, I would just brush my teeth a little bit ago, and it was, brushing my teeth is one of the most horrible things. And of course, when I eat. And you know what's weird? Let me tell you something that's weird, because I think it's weird. I think it's so weird. But, like, when you have trigeminal neuralgia, it can be triggered by the simplest, dumbest thing. And not to me, oh, it can be it can trigger and you're not even moving. Like you can be as still as possible and it will trigger. So, but one of the things, like if I manage, like brushing my teeth is always like a big deal. But if I can manage to get through brushing my teeth, you know what will set it off? If I actually get through brushing my teeth, it will be the motion that your mouth uses to spit the toothpaste out of your mouth. That's what will. I'm like, really? And if it's not that, it'll be because you touched. I'm trying to point so I can see what I'm pointing to. Right here, this little area right here. Well, for me anyway. Now it might not be that way for other people, you know, it's not the same for everyone, I'm sure, but for me, if I try to wipe my mouth there, so every time I get through brushing my teeth, I just have to take my hand towel and just barely pat. Only on this side. I'm not showing you that right now because it'll set it off. So, like, when I'm in the shower, it's hard to wash that side of my face. If I'm trying to put moisturizer on or blush or whatever, anything on this side of my face is like, no. When I wash my face in the morning. So this is what I do. I'm going to show you on the other side. But like, if I have to wash my face or put moisturizer on or anything like that, I do just like that. I start from way back here. I'm trying to watch what I'm doing. I start from way back here, and I go. It's the most ridiculous thing watching me do it in the mirror. So I'm sure it would have to look equally as ridiculous to someone else. But whatever. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling. I'm sure it's because I'm tired. So I'm going to go to bed or lay down or something before I fall down. I feel like I could fall down. I really do feel like I could fall down any minute. So I'm going to take some medicine. I mean, you know, my normal nightly medicine for my jaw and stuff. And I am going to go lay down. My eyes are burning. That's how tired I am. Well, it could be from the wind too. The wind in my eyes probably making them feel super dry. But I feel like I'm getting the sniffles. But anyway, that was the end of my concession stand day. That was Saturday, and then do it all over again tomorrow. See you guys later. Hey guys, so we are getting ready to get all the stuff ready for the concession stand. This weekend is the first weekend of soccer season. So some of you know that we run a concession stand at my grandson's soccer park. So this weekend is the first weekend, and Ken and I are going to be going over like some of the stuff that we purchased, stuff like that, just in case any of you are ever interested in doing it for yourselves or whatever. This is our second season of doing it. Or second year rather, so because soccer is in the spring and in the fall, so technically this is our second year. So you ready to get started?
Ready to get started.
Okay, so I've got my notepad here because I'm not going to remember all those numbers. All right, so I wanted to say first, we got the big packs. These are the big bags of Lay's, because if you ever look, and I didn't notice this until we started doing this as a side business, you know, whatever. But these come in 1 ounce bags, typically. Well, the 1 ounce bags are those little tiny, they give you 2 bites. So we don't like those. So we always buy the bigger bags. And we actually sell these for $2 a bag. And you'll notice as I'm going through the prices that they might seem steep,
But if you go to, like, we're in Georgia, if you go to any convenience store here, our prices are similar to that of a convenience store. So that's why no one bats an eyelash when I say it's $2 a bag. So it's not like we're gouging anyone or whatever. So we've also, typically when it's cold, we sell coffee and or hot chocolate. So we did buy cups, and we did buy the lids to go on top. I don't remember how much those were. I didn't write it down, simply because, you know, you got to filter. I mean, you got to filter in like the water that you have to purchase to run through the machine, the coffee cups, the coffee lids, the coffee itself, the creamer, the sugar. Like, there's a lot that goes into it. And we sell it for $2 a cup, and it's a 12-ounce cup, and we typically fill it up to the 10-ounce mark, and then that way it leaves them room for the sugar, the creamer, whatever they're going to put in it. Okay. All right. So our next item out is something similar. It's just the Frito-Lay, you know, brand, where it's the, you know, those different flavors in the box, and it tells you how many of which. And of course the Cheetos is the one they have the most of. And these we also sell for $2 a bag. They are the bigger bags. This is canned Mountain Dew. Canned Mountain Dew is in any canned drink we sell is $2 as well. And you can set this, you can put it on top of that cooler if you want. And so the Dr. Pepper, the Dr. Pepper is the same. Canned Dr. Pepper is going to be $2 a can. Now we've also got water. We do not buy name brand water. We buy all of our stuff from Sam's Wholesale Club. So all of the, you can go ahead and be taking them out.
Put them right now.
Sure. So the waters we sell for $2 as well. We also have Gatorades, but now Gatorade comes in a 12-ounce bottle and a 20-ounce bottle. We always buy the 20-ounce bottle. So the 20-ounce bottle will end up being $3. It's the one thing we either buy the original and or the frost flavors. We don't buy anything else. Next thing up is the Skittles. So it comes with Starburst and Skittles. We're going to end up selling those also for $2, either $2 for the Skittles or $2 for the Starburst. And believe it or not, those are the most expensive things that I bought out of everything. The Airheads we always sell for $1 a piece, and the Lance crackers are always $1.25. Aren't they $1.25? I think they are. Hold on. Crackers. No, $1.50. So the packs of crackers are $1.50. These, yeah, this is new. We've never sold these before. And I haven't decided how much these are gonna be sold for. I'm thinking $1, but they might be $1.25. I don't know. I haven't completely made up my mind. The next is packs of Ritz Bits, and these are the ones with cheese in them, not the ones with peanut butter. And these, I don't know. What do you think? 150, 175?
Probably just a 150.
150 maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing on our list for today is the Rice Krispie treats. These are the bigger bars, so they're not the little, you know, the little bitty ones. These are the bigger ones. And we always sell the Rice Krispie treats for $1.50, oddly enough.
Great deal.
So, yeah. So that's kind of where we are as far as like what we've got for this weekend. Now we still have to get ice. We still have to get, because we're thinking about splitting up the fields. There's upper fields, there's middle fields, and then there's these lower fields. Well, the lower fields down here is where all the little kids play in the morning, and there's 50 million young families with 3 and 4 kids apiece. So we don't set up down there. We only set up at the big ones. So we're trying to see if this year we can maybe set up in both places, because when you're on the lower fields, you can't see anything that's happening up here. And if you're up here, you can't see what's happening down here. So we're missing out on a lot of foot traffic or whatever down there. So we got some extra tables. We did only have 1 table. So now Ken has found some on sale. So now we have, oh, babe, there's 3 tables over there.
Yeah, I bought 3 tables.
I thought you only bought 2 and that gave us 3
No.
Oh, okay. Well, we have 3 new tables. Anyway, Ken found them on sale and bought them last year. So, so now we have 4 tables total. So if we need 2 at one place and 2 at the other place, we can do that. We also have one of those big canopies just in case we need shade, but we have never used it. We use it for other things, but we don't use it for that. And then we have 3 60-quart coolers. One might be a little bit bigger than 60 quarts, but the 2 new ones that we just recently bought last year for this reason are 60 quarts. So one of them holds our water and our Gatorade in. The other one holds all of our soft drinks, and then the other one holds extra bags of ice for when we need it throughout the day. What else am I missing, babe? We have one of those little wavy man
Well, I'm pretty sure you covered everything.
thing that gets
Anything
people
else
attention.
Anything else we can think of, I can think of, but I'm pretty sure you covered everything.
Yeah, like Ken thinks I've covered everything, but I know we still need sugar packets. I know we're out of that. Now we do have, we have like little decorative things to help, you know, tier stuff on the tables, because if not, then everything's just bulked up on the tables. But if we do stuff like this, then, you know, people can see what they're, you know, we've got them like organized, I guess I should say. So we tend to take stuff like that and put stuff, you know, put stuff on it. We have a few other things, you know, like that we just, you know, put on the tables to, you know, like I said, just to help organize it so people can clearly see what we have. I mean, we have like a block where people can tap and just, they can either tap their phone, they can tap their credit card, debit card, or they can pay cash. So we always take a cash box. We always take the tap block. We always take the laptop. We don't work on the laptop, but the laptop, whatever is connected to the tap, so we run it that way. And I was using my phone. Oh, we do have some creamer right there. We've got to take inventory from what we had last year, or, you know, just this past season. Not last year, but just this past season. Stuff. I'm talking about the box behind it. And of course we have napkins and all that kind of stuff still from last year that we just kind of squirreled away till now. So, but yeah, so we're gonna get started. We had to unload everything so that we can put the tables in, because they're folded and they will fit in the trunk, but they have to go in first. So we're having to reload the car, unload and reload the car. So y'all hang out.
Okay, so we got all of that done. Now, we had the little creamer things. Anyway, they're out of date. So we are going to open them all. We don't use them. So we're going to open them all and we're going to give them to the cats next door.